If I wanted to make sure you stayed average for the rest of your life, I wouldn't make you lazy, I wouldn't make you stupid, I wouldn't even take away your talent. I'd simply make you comfortable. Because average people don't usually fail in spectacular ways. They slowly disappear into routines that feel completely normal. And that's what makes it so dangerous. You can spend your entire life believing you're making progress, while actually standing in the exact same place. There's one habit almost every average person has, and chances are, you've already done it today. You wake up, reach for your phone, scroll for a few minutes, which somehow becomes 30. You rush to work, do exactly what's expected, come home exhausted, watch a few videos, promise yourself you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes Monday. Monday becomes next month becomes next year. Nothing feels terrible. You're paying your bills, you're surviving, but you're not becoming anyone new. That's the trap. Average doesn't feel painful, it feels comfortable, and comfort is one of the most addictive things your brain can experience. But here's the weird part. Your brain actually wants this, not because it hates success, because it was never designed to chase it. Your brain has one primary job: keep you alive. For most of human history, standing out was dangerous. If you looked different, acted differently, or challenged the group, you risked being rejected. And thousands of years ago, being rejected often meant death. So your brain evolved a simple strategy: fit in, avoid risk, stay predictable. Today, nobody is throwing you out of your tribe because you start a business. Nobody is hunting you because you learn a new skill. But your brain still runs that ancient survival software. Every time you think, what if I fail? What if people laugh? What if I'm not ready? That's not logic. That's ancient biology pretending it's modern advice. Your brain mistakes familiarity for safety, which is why staying average feels so natural. But here's something most people never realize. Average isn't something that happens to you. It's something you practice, not through one massive decision, through hundreds of tiny ones. Choosing entertainment instead of education, choosing comfort instead of discomfort, choosing opinions instead of action, choosing later instead of now, again and again and again. He was writing articles that almost nobody read. Sometimes only a handful of people visited his website. Imagine spending hours creating something, and barely anyone sees it. Skipping today's workout, ignoring that business idea, not applying for that opportunity, not making that phone call. Each decision feels harmless until 10 years have passed. Then suddenly, your entire life reflects those tiny choices. Success rarely comes from one giant leap. It comes from winning thousands of moments that nobody else even notices. James Clear understood this before almost anyone knew his name. Long before Atomic Habits became one of the best-selling self-improvement books ever. 50 became 200. Those articles eventually reached millions of readers. Then came the book that changed his life. His success didn't begin when the world noticed him. Most people would have stopped because they confused silence with failure. James didn't. He kept publishing. Every single week, one article became 50. 50 became 200. Those articles eventually reached millions of readers. Then came the book that changed his life. His success didn't begin when the world noticed him. It began when he kept working before anyone cared. And science explains exactly why that strategy works. There's something researchers often call the compound effect. Most people expect results to grow in a straight line, work harder, get better, immediately. Real life doesn't work like that. Progress stays almost invisible for a long time. Then suddenly, everything accelerates. Think about planting a tree. For weeks, it looks like nothing is happening. But underground, the roots are spreading. Your effort works the same way. Skills grow beneath the surface long before success becomes visible. The problem is, most people quit while they're still growing roots. Not because the process failed, because they expected results too early. Average people judge today's effort. Successful people trust tomorrow's payoff. And that's where everything changes. Stop asking yourself, how do I become extraordinary? Ask something much simpler. What would the average version of me do right now? Then do the opposite. If the average version scrolls, you create. If the average version complains, you improve. If the average version waits, you begin. If the average version avoids discomfort, you walk directly toward it. Every decision is casting a vote, not just for your future, for your identity. Eventually, you stop forcing discipline. You become someone who naturally does difficult things. That's the real transformation. Now imagine meeting yourself 10 years from today. There are two versions standing in front of you. One made tiny, uncomfortable choices every single day. The other kept waiting until the perfect moment. They had the same intelligence, the same opportunities, the same 24 hours. The only difference was what they chose when nobody was watching. Because average isn't about money. It isn't about talent. It isn't about luck. Average is repeating yesterday without questioning it. So tomorrow morning, when your brain whispers, just this once, ask yourself one question. Am I choosing comfort or am I choosing the person I'm becoming?